Hello, everyone. While I'm gathering all the ideas for new episodes of Angular Screencast, I decided to create one more episode about ChatGPT. Uh, Previous one appeared to be interesting one, and I got some feedback. And I also realized that a lot of people who already started using ChatGPT, they don't use all the functionality. That's why today I want to show you 9 the most used prompts or the 9 the most used cases that I do with ChatGPT, and maybe it will give you even more ideas and inspiration to dive deeper. First, I use ChatGPT like an alternative to Google search. Sometimes ChatGPT can provide you one specific answer and you don't have to look through all the links that Google provides. For example, if I want to look for some places in Japan, ChatGPT gives you perfect answer immediately. No need to go somewhere else, only if you need it. Or you may also ask about some ideas how to learn new language. And ChatGPT, also what I like, with very good structure, provide you ideas or plan how to do it. Also, you can ask very specific information about, for example, geography. What is the longest river in Europe? And it will answer, and also it will give you even the size. So that was alternative for Google. Next one is very nice for software engineers who use Stackoverflow a lot service. And for Stackoverflow, it's ChatGPT might be a really nice alternative because ChatGPT provides you very precise answer. For example, I have a question. What's the difference between null and undefined in JavaScript? And ChatGPT not only gives you an answer, but also with examples, with exceptions, and so on. You can compare it to the best answer from Stack Overflow. Or even going deeper, sometimes you have a problem, and normally you go to Stack Overflow, to Google, and end up with Stack Overflow. What's the problem with my library? And ChatGPT will also help you to find the problem, or even it already knows about this problem and provide you specific solution for it. Next usage of ChatGPT is translation engine. ChatGPT is the way better than Google Translate. Google Translate really sucks when we're speaking about specific context, and ChatGPT understands context very well. So you probably know how to translate with ChatGPT, but I'll write this example. For example, hello, what language do you prefer? Let's translate into Spanish. And that's not a problem at all for ChatGPT. And it also, that was very basic example, but it can translate the whole paragraph, the whole article, different language. It supports everything. So next one is code generation. And when I'm saying code generation, I mean complete blocks of code, not just small scripts. To test GPT on doing so, I open CodeWars service. You might know it. It provides you a lot of different logical tasks to solve, and also it has tests to validate the solution. So we just copy task from here and ask ChatGPT to solve it. Solve this task with JavaScript. And here you are. You have complete solution even with example of usage. But we don't need example of usage. We will take this function, copy it, and let's test. It works. Let's extend it, do extended test. All tests passed. Okay. Well done, ChatGPT. So we can generate different blocks of codes, different functions, what we need. Also, sort of hidden gem of ChatGPT is helping with regular expressions. Probably you can Google for some basic regular expressions. And for example, create regexp to date email. Email validation is not something that might be challenging to find in Google. But if you add specific, for example, you don't want to accept Gmail, that's something different. And you don't want to accept Gmail. Sorry, Gmail. And here the regexp solution with explanation. It's also important. Not only solution, but also explanation. And because previously we did some JavaScript, it wraps it all in JavaScript code. And we can also check it here on regexp validation, my at mail.com. Mail.com works, but if we do Gmail, it doesn't work as we want it to be. So creating regular expression with ChatGPT is really nice. You will not only get the solution, but it's the way how you can learn regular expressions because it provides nice explanations. Next one is about editing text, correcting mistakes, and generating whatever text you want. For example, I have text with mistakes and I need quickly to validate the text to make sure I don't have any grammatical mistakes. Write this text without mistakes. And here are some texts that I actually also generated with ChatGPT. It has obvious mistakes, and we can ask ChatGPT to rewrite it without mistakes. Here it's quite easy because you have several sentences, but I take it just an example. Your text might be several paragraphs or the whole article that you want to validate, and ChatGPT will do it within seconds. Also, you can use ChatGPT to summarize information. For example, you have a long article and you want to get the idea, the main thing, the main idea of the article. You don't want to read the whole article. Maybe it's not interesting at all, and you can put the article into ChatGPT and ask to get the idea of the article within several sentences, and it works very well. Or even better, nowadays we have so many interesting books that you want to read, or at least you want to understand whether you want them to read. And you can also ask ChatGPT to provide you an idea of the book. For example, tell me in short what the book. Think Fast and Slow, really interesting book. I read it, the complete book, but still, I decided to take that as an example because I understand what is inside book, how ChatGPT can help me to understand. And ChatGPT knows this book very well. It knows the author and it knows what's it about. So about two systems, and you can also ask ChatGPT to provide more information if you need it. Next one about idea generation. In different spheres, to have a idea what to have a gift for your friend or what to cook for a breakfast, ChatGPT can also help you. For example, I use it sometimes like a recipe generator. Create a recipe for breakfast with eggs. That's simple, but you can add all your ingredients. So you look into your fridge, you check what's inside, and you can ask ChatGPT to create something interesting for you. One more very convenient usage of ChatGPT is format conversion. I have here an example of JSON format, and I want it to be in CSV. So ChatGPT can do it very easily. Convert JSON into CSV. And here we are. Here are our CSV. You can copy here CSV and put it like a table. Now we have our CSV file, and it can be presented like a table. So we just to make sure that we have CSV format. But converting formats is not the most interesting. The most interesting that we can convert technologies. For example, we can convert our solution that was provided before, like this function, from JavaScript to Python. That was JavaScript, and it was converted to Python. And look, we even have examples of usage when the code was converted. Examples are also in Python. If you know more interesting use cases for ChatGPT, please let me know in comments. It will be really interesting to extend the base of convenient usage.